Hi everyone, this is Sal Jade from the Psychic Healing Academy, and I'm here to share with you a free tarot training video to answer probably one of the most confusing and complex questions that you can ever be asked as a professional tarot reader, but also in your own personal journey if you're using the tarot for your own personal journey. And that is, what does he or what does she think of me? Or what does he or she feel about me? Like, what is their energy towards me? Now, before I get into this, I'd love you just to make sure you're always getting these videos that I love to share with my students and people that are interested in these beautiful topics. And you can just click the subscribe button if you always want to be updated about when my latest videos are going to be coming in. And if you don't know me, if you haven't done any of my Udemy courses before, I am Sal Jade. I am a best-selling Udemy instructor. I'm absolutely passionate about teaching the tarot. And one thing that people that have worked with me for a long time or have been involved with me in a long time and doing my courses knows about me is that I am someone that has a lot of compassion for people who get stuck on some of these really tricky questions like this. And I really love helping people navigate how to move through these challenging kinds of questions. So I'm hoping by the end of this video, you will feel really confident in being able to answer this question in the best way possible. Now, first, before I begin, I want you to know if you are someone who is a professional reader and you're doing this with your clients, or whether you are someone who has just been in heartbreak and rejection and there's someone that you really like and they are sending you very confusing messages and you don't know what's going on and you have very naturally gravitated towards your beautiful tarot deck to ask this question, what does he think of me? Please know there is no judgment in anything that I'm about to share with you. Like if you've done some of these, what I consider errors when using the tarot in asking this question, I've done them all too. And what I want you to get out of this video is the feeling of, okay, I now have a better way of answering this that is going to be less confusing. Because the biggest problem with asking your tarot deck, what does he think of me or what does he feel of me, is that most likely you're going to get very confusing answers. And this can just lead to more heartbreak. Like, so say, for example, you've been dating someone for a little while and they're suddenly either gaslighting you or ghosting you. And so you jump onto a Facebook group and you show everyone your 3 cards of what you pulled and you get 30 different answers and you're even more confused. Or you do it yourself and you're still like, well, that still is not really telling me anything. These cards are confusing. Or even if like you feel like, okay, well, I've gotten all great positive cards, but this person still hasn't responded to my message and they still don't seem to be as interested as they were before, or they don't seem to be interested at all. So what is going on? Like, is the tarot wrong? And this can happen for the very, very simple reason that the tarot really is designed to be a spiritual companion for you that will help you on your beautiful journey to find the best love for you and to find the best career for you and to bring you the most happiness. That is its purpose. When we get very hung up on trying to read other people's minds or intentions, the tarot can get a little bit confused about all this because it's not actually answering the real question that you want to know. So even though you might think, okay, say I've started dating this person, maybe you've slept together a few times and you just haven't heard from them and you're feeling rejected and heartbroken and you pull out, what does he think of me? And the first thing that comes through is you're getting all these positive cards, as I mentioned, and you're like, well, why? If he thinks all these great things about me, why am I getting nothing? Like, why do I feel so hurt and abandoned and rejected? And the real reason is because someone in the moment of attraction, this can be male and female, can feel a lot for you. Like they can feel like, oh my God, I'm passionate about this person. I'm really into them and I like them and maybe I can connect with them. You might even get a 4 of Wands card, which is, or the Justice card. You know, these are marriage cards and deeper commitment cards. However, just because somebody feels something like that in the moment doesn't mean necessarily A, you're going to end up with them long term. B, doesn't mean that they're going to follow through on that. And there can be so many different reasons why someone won't follow through. It may be they're just not ready to commit. They've come out of a recent heartbreak relationship and they don't want to give their heart away again. Can be they're too busy working and they've got too much going on. It can be that they're just a player. It can be that they see you as a beautiful distraction that they would love to have around for a while, but they don't want to quite let you go. And so they're not really being honest with you. And these kind of things, when you get positive questions, positive cards around, can feel very, very heartbreaking, because you can be going like, well, this is just making me even more confused. And as I said, going and popping it in a Facebook group, I see this a lot in Facebook groups, in tarot ones, where people pop it and 20 different people give their opinions, and they're all different opinions about what those cards mean, will just make you feel even more distraught, because you're not actually getting the clarity you need. You're not getting the accurate answers you need. And again, the multiple reasons for this. The first reason, as I said, is because it can be that someone may care for you. They may be attracted to you. They may like you like a sister. They might think you're a great friend. They may, all the different versions of how someone might feel for you might always not be captured in a card. And even if they are captured in a card, as I said, it could be very fleeting and temporary. And there's no way for the tarot really to communicate this. So say you get the Lovers and you get the Ace of Cups and you get those beautiful, juicy, yummy love cards, or the Six of Wands, which suggests victory. This is all good, positive stuff they're feeling for you, but they may have their own limitations that are absolutely nothing to do with you. So it actually doesn't help that they're feeling that way. You might think, oh, well, at least they haven't completely rejected me. But really, it's not giving you the certainty that you're looking for in the long term. And that is because the real question you want to know is this person worth my time? If I unfold with this, like, and that's the question I want you to look at. Rephrase your question to be, how will the path unfold if I choose to pursue this person? Like, is this person worth my time? And that is putting a little bit more empowerment back on you, rather than sitting around feeling like full of confused message sending and mixed signals. You're like, well, should I continue to pursue this? And if it's someone you're only just briefly seeing, so say it's a couple of Tinder matches or whatever, and it's nothing deep and meaningful yet, but you like them and they're just behaving in a strange way and you don't know if they're into you or not, then I would just draw, a couple of little cards to say, is this worth me pursuing? Or how will the path unfold if I pursue this? And pull 2 or 3 different cards. But if it is someone you have been significantly involved in, say you've been dating for a few weeks or more, and suddenly their behavior has become different or strange, or you're just not sure if they're that into you, then I would do a 12-month spread, like a horseshoe spread or a Celtic cross spread, and ask that question, what do I need to know about the relationship between X, whatever his or her name is, unfolding in the next 12 months? And give yourself a bigger picture, because spreads will give you more information and more accuracy, rather than just these confusing cards that may not seem to make a lot of sense with this question. And on that note, and again, because the real thing you want to know is this relationship going to work out? Like, are we going to get married? Is this someone who's going to be with me for the long term? Is it worth investing my beautiful, precious time in this person who is sending me these mixed signals? So that is why, for me, rephrasing the question is a much better way of answering the question, what does he think and feel of me? And something else I'd love you to consider is that not every tarot card will give you a good answer to this. So if you're someone who's sitting there going, well, Sal, that's all right, but I have done this before and I think it's a good reading, and so many people ask this reading and there's all spreads out there for this reading, so I'm just going to ignore your advice, which is fine. I would pose this question to you, and that is, there are some cards in the tarot that will answer that question so confusingly that you will again be left just feeling more confused. And that is, say for example, you get the 8 of Pentacles. So what does he think about me? And you get the 8 of Pentacles. Okay, great. He thinks I'm a hard worker. Woo, that's sexy. What now? Like, there's nowhere to go with those kind of cards. There's no way they really help you. And, say you get the Devil, like, oh, so that can mean 2 things, by the way. Does that mean he thinks you're the devil? Or is he addicted to you? And is there maybe some part of you that thinks, okay, cool, he's addicted to me? But then you start going, well, if he's addicted to me, why am I not hearing from him? So again, you can see that for me, the tarot is not a great tool to use to ask the question, what does he think about me, or what does he feel about me? I would much rather you get more accurate and detailed and insightful answers by asking the question, what do I need to know about pursuing this person? How will the path unfold if I continue to wait for him, or to wait for him to contact me? Or how will the path unfold if I will continue to pursue him or go out with him or date with him? Is this something that's worth my beautiful time? And that is, to me, a much better way of being able to answer this question. It'll give you more happiness and certainty, and it'll give you the tools to work with If there is potential in this relationship, but there's a few blocks, you'll be able to see that in that kind of reading. And that's what you want. You don't want this simple yes, no stuff, because sometimes we are meant to have certain relationships with people and maybe they will only last 6 months. Maybe they'll only last a year, but they will give you something that will change you fundamentally for the rest of your life in a really good way, and maybe open space for your real soulmate to come in. So that's why I like bigger readings for that question. And that's why I like rephrasing that question to get a better and more accuracy. So I hope that has helped anyone who has ever been confused with how to answer that question to rephrase it. How will the path unfold if I pursue them? And also to just consider that not every card's going to help you on this one. And it may be better if you're more serious about someone to do a deeper, bigger reading to get a bigger picture. And if you'd like to know more, I do cover this topic very extensively in my love readings course on Udemy, which is called Love Readings, Give Psychic Love Readings with Ease. So if you'd like to know more, I'll include a link in the description and you can go and check that out. And if you're looking for more free tarot training seminars like that are a bit bigger than this one, do sign up to my monthly tarot seminar list, because I go into lots of different topics like this. If you're someone who is a professional, you want to be a professional, or you want to discover how to become an online professional tarot reader, there's lots of tidbits and different tips and techniques to help you with that. So I hope that's helped, and thank you so much for your beautiful time and for joining me.